Hello, everyone. So I'm Mandy, and I was the founder and CEO of Babyology for 11 years, and 11 weeks and 3 days ago we sold the business, which is very exciting. It's the first time I'm here tonight actually not asking for anything, which is amazing. I'm really just thanking everyone, and also just letting you all know who haven't been before or who don't quite know how it works, just how invaluable Heads Over Heels is for people like me who are trying to build and grow a business. Alison, that's the last slide. So it would be good if I go back to the beginning. But that's all right. I joined Heads Over Heels, as Gazley said, in 2010. So I was one of almost the very first CEOs involved. When I joined, I was number 8, I think, out of now there are 41 of us or something. So over the time, I have come and presented quite often, and I've had over 134 formal offers over the years, which is incredible if you think about it in those terms. And they're just the formal offers. That's not the panic attacks where you email in between events and you go, oh my God, I need help, and everyone comes to your rescue. Going back to when I first presented in 2011, the organisation was a lot smaller than it is now. I got 17 offers, completely overwhelmed. It was amazing. Phil Argy was one of my first offers, who actually came to my house to talk to me about different funding options and what that looked like. Topaz Conway also met me for a couple of coffees and talked to me about all the different funding options out there and all the different grants. And one of my earliest memories is Stephen's in the room somewhere, but he came and spoke at a breakfast, Stephen Porges, and said how lonely it was being a CEO and how lonely it is at the top, and how it's really hard to be friends with your staff, which I worked out it was quite hard to be friends with my staff. So 5 of the CEO Heads Over Heels people at that time in the room, one of them being Gazley, we ended up saying, well, let's all go for a once-a-month dinner, and we still do that to this day, once a month on a Tuesday night. We call ourselves the Fab Five, and we've been there through the businesses going into liquidation, businesses doing well, all of us having major meltdowns, and celebrating the wins. And it was just to get that piece of advice back then, and all of us realising that we needed each other, was invaluable. 2012, so 25 offers, yay, exciting. Diane Grady was amazing and introduced me to Jetstar and Big W, which were 2 of my first giant partnerships that we signed. And I mean, when you get introed in a room full like of this, it was, the CEO of Jetstar that you're introduced to. It's not, so you're really working from the top down rather than the bottom up, which is huge for someone like me, or someone really who's busy and you're just trying to make ends meet and you want to get in quickly without having 15 meetings from the bottom up. Amazing, amazing. The next year, yes, I did come back pretty often. I came back and I got 38 offers, and Lynn Krause, I don't think she's here, but she introed me into L'Oreal and Blackmores. Both of them turned into really big partnerships for us. So this all helped build our revenue a lot. And Naomi Simpson was the other one who really got me on the speaking circuit, helped me with branding, let me cry in her office 3 times about how it was all too much, but that's fine. I'm now very happy. And then, last year I came back on 54 offers. So you can see how it's just grown over the years. And I mean, there were too many to mention. Colette introduced me from Blue Chile to Westfield. That turned into a big partnership. Colin from EY is not here, but he actually let me come and pitch for him and pretend he was an investor, which was hugely invaluable. So just little things like that, if you feel you can help, it's just so, so, so incredibly helpful. So to talk about when I came into Heads Over Heels, where we were at and where we ended, I wouldn't say it's 100% because of the organisation, but largely because of the network I built. So we came in and we had about 14,000 people on Babyology when we started, and we ended up with 110,000 when we sold earlier this year. We had 75,000 visitors to the site in 2011, and we sold with almost 1 million, which was great. And Facebook was our big one. We ended up being at almost 1.2 million Facebook fans, which was the biggest female Facebook group in Australia. So then, through basically meeting a lot of people in my networks, I realised that after 8 years of bootstrapping, we would need to go get some money, which is how a business runs. So that was great. So we had a lot of experience and got a lot of connections through this network, as well as I just wanted to point out through the other CEOs. So all of us are very bonded, and the number of intros and help and connections I got through having coffees through the other CEOs was also incredible. So it's not just the connections, you know, through all of you guys, but all of us, we tend to help each other a lot, which is great. And then I decided to put on an advisor very early this year because we started to get murmurs of, well, these people were interested and they were, and so I thought, oh, maybe we could turn this into an acquisition. So that was a bit exciting. So then over the last 8 months, while it wasn't an easy task to run a business, make sure your revenue's going up all the time, sell a business and cap raise at the same time and not know where we were going to end up, we did it. So it was very exciting, but I wanted to also mention that the acquisition came from someone called Evan Caldor, who actually bought my business, and I met him here in 2013, and we've kept in contact the whole time, had lots of coffees. He ended up starting a business in the baby space, and it ended up being a good fit. So you just never know what's going to happen. So really no asks at all tonight, which I know you're meant to ask, but I'm not going to ask you for anything. It's really just about sharing your knowledge with other people. So it's a half an hour coffee sometimes, and if we can ask you questions and pick your brains, that is so incredibly invaluable if you've done something that we're looking for asks for. And then it's just sharing your connections. So I know a lot of your connections are very high level people, but sometimes it's a 2-line email where you can just say, meet this person, and then we take it from there. But some of those connections have really just what made me, you know, they're what helped me sell the business and helped me build and grow and sell. So that's pretty much it. Right now I'm just giving back, helping a lot of women founders, advising a lot, mentoring a lot, probably a little too much. I'm in the city every day. I don't know why I could be at the beach. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone involved.